Welcome, everybody. This is a day trading stock options daily review for September 9th, 2016. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate having you. In the description below are links to our courses. You'll be able to take them and learn all about trading stocks and how to use Waves of Profit software for making 10% in 10 minutes. That's our goal. Sometimes we exceed it. But the purpose of these reviews is just to show you that day in, day out, there are opportunities to make 10% in 10 minutes. And if you make more, wonderful. But we're all about not being greedy and not being fearful and just following the market. I'm Scott. He's Alan. How are you doing today, Alan?
I'm great. And you?
I'm doing wonderful. So here's a stock, Costco, that looks like it had tremendous opportunities today.
You think so?
No.
No. I was wondering about it. Yeah. I get
Pretty
you.
flat.
Yes, I get you. And this is the end of the day, so what we're seeing here is everything. And I think you and I had a comment about this one just moments before we started this, is that you don't want to get married to a stock in any particular way. Costco on a daily basis was doing great here. These are daily candles. Months ago it was green and it was looking great, and it's been doing really well for fundamental reasons, but you can see it fell off. So if you're still thinking
opportunities,
yeah, you're thinking I'm going to buy the green side. Really? The red side looks like it's winning on the big picture. Big picture means daily level. So here inside a day, I wouldn't be going on the green side.
No.
And we've got lots of rules. It's always the same rules that we teach. You just don't want to fight things. You want to go with the flow.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this stock, Alan, is right at the beginning, there's a huge red candle.
Mm-hmm.
And, we don't really recommend anybody trade the first 10 or 15 minutes because there's an awful lot of volume, an awful lot of activity, and an awful lot of reverses. It's very dangerous, and you need to be really good. It's kind of like the Olympic area of stock trading, option trading. The rest of the day, things settle down a little bit, and then you're able to kind of get in and ride those trends with a little bit more confidence than right at the beginning.
Yeah. And you can get good at it, and there's a few people that love that part. But yeah, as you say, you got to get good at it. So just to clarify, one of the things we have that say you don't fight is the benchmark. So if the benchmark's there, you're only trading in this direction. So you wouldn't have got caught in this because it's against the rules. And it's simple. And we need simple because it's not supposed to be tough. You can get tough lots of places. So let's go look at a couple of trades today. So here's one from the morning. And you can see here that this is just before we get 9:35. I like to wait till 9:36 because you get a little bit more stability. So here you can see we've got a red tint. The market's just kind of red, but not fantastic yet. So we want to wait one more minute. And this is the point where it's looking a little bit better, enough for me that it's showing that the market's running down. It seems to be consistent. It broke SB, which is one of my rules that I like. So ahead of that, it's you can do it, but I prefer that it breaks it generally if I'm not sure about the market. So the market, that's that black line, is going red. So here we're going to go, we bought. Let's go look at the results here. We'll just put that on top. So your commission and spread you down a little bit instantly, and that's normal. So now it started to move, and we gained 20% in 1 minute. Now you can hang on if you like. That's really a matter of experience. I'd say just get paid. So I'm going to do the sell. Let's go.
20% in 1 minute is pretty nice.
Yeah, and it does happen. People are shocked sometimes. It's like, no, it happens. And we're going to look at a different time frame today. So here it is. This is after the morning rush. We're looking at 5 minutes per candle. And this is when I like to trade. Is I've got the two kinds of tint, the K-band tint here, and then the signal color tint. The market's pretty strong, heading red. The volume's not fantastic on this one, but the market's looking nicely red. And I'm below the benchmark and all the usual things that we like. As you say, the no man's land, we're out of there. So I'm going to go forward 1 minute. Now, because it's not the first half hour of the day, it may take a while for things to
In other words,
move.
we're not going to have 20% in 1 minute all the time.
No, certainly not. And there's statistics that come with the program that tell you, where the big moves are, and you don't have to figure it out. It tracks all that for you. So here it's you're at plus 4% profit, and we're still waiting because the market's quite strong. You can see that red up there is strong. So we're up and down in the 4% gain. It's hanging on. It's just before 11 o'clock, and quite often there's turns on the half hour. So you can see it's sort of moving up, sort of moving down. It's not strong like the morning. And here you're down 5%, but that's also where you don't panic. You know that these things happen. You get used to it. That's why you got replay, where you're risking nothing, and you get proficient. And joining the Facebook group, you really hear that from the other traders, is like, oh yeah, I did a lot of replays, and then I got used to it, and then I stopped being panicky in these places, and then I let the run go. So here you're at 8%. This bottom here would have been about 10%. And so we're, again, hanging on, and all of a sudden it starts to move. Now, you can change your rules, as you should. Your personality is important. I'm just going to get paid because that's what I'm here for. So I'm done. I'm out. And does it go further? Maybe yes, maybe no. Yes, it did. This is, again, personality. You have to figure out what you like. Now, here's another trade that happened almost at the same time. And so you can see it's got a very similar setup. And let's just see how that one turns out. It's, as you can see, it's fluttering. We're a few minutes moving into it. I'm moving quickly here. And it took a while, and it's still heading your way. But you can see how it's not charging down the hill. It's fluttering. So this is part of what you get used to, and that's why you want to practice. And we teach all that kind of things in the videos, and in the group we answer questions about that. So I'm into this trade now since 10:48. It's almost an hour, and then I finally get my 12%. And maybe it's going to go further. I'm not interested. I'll just get paid. And does it go further? Well, yeah, quite nicely. But it's too old for me, so I get out. I like just getting paid, and because when it takes too long, I don't like it. So here's another one later in the day. We notice there's a lot of trades that happen at like 2 o'clock or just a couple minutes after 2. So here's one where, again, it's the same setup rules where you got two kinds of tint. The market's going your way. You're below this benchmark. You're outside of the risk zone. And that's about all you need to know. So I already hit the buy on the put. And so how we're doing? Well, we're at 4%, 9%. The market's really quite strong. Because the market's strong and it hasn't curled up, like here, a little pull up and little pull ups, it would actually be a good idea to hang on to this thing for longer. So you're at 11%, market's still strong. And you go, oh, well, now it's 6%. What do you do? Well, this is where you do replay and you practice. Well, the market's still kind of strong in the red side, but not fantastic. This is where you want to find your own rules about what happens. You want to keep hanging in? This is the point where I'm going, I don't know. I would just get out. And yes, you could have got here. This is why I like getting out at 10% all the time. Is I'm not guessing about this and that and so forth. So I'm just going to say sell now. How does it turn out? Well, up, down, up, down. That doesn't, oh, and then finally it goes. You see, that doesn't interest me. I like the runs that run, go my way, get paid, and get out. So the summary for today is we made almost 20% on one in 1 minute, 12% on two others, and this one, because I wanted to hang in to make more money, I ended up not making more money because I didn't like it, and I got 5% still. You could have taken 10% here, no problem. But that's mindset, is if you like hanging in for these bigger profits, it's there for you. But that's where you have to practice and find out, well, how often are those bigger profits? What are the other markers around here that say, ah, this one looks good? So that's it for today.
Yeah, wonderful, Alan. Thank you very much. I want to add to what you were saying too. Oftentimes, the bigger runs are obvious. Like the ones like this was not obvious. It could actually have gone back up into no man's land. I mean, it was in and out of it all day, sort of thing. And that's one of the reasons why this was, you know, probably a good idea to say, you know, 10%. But there are times when you look at it and you say, wow, like there's lots of volume. The market's really charging red. There's no hesitation. It's big candles. It's going. And then you just, and like Alan said, it's practice, practice, practice. And you see these and you just go, oh yeah, baby. So if you're a baseball team, the first thing you want to do when you're at bat is get to first base. And if the pitcher every once in a while will throw a ball that's not quite what he wants, and you can hit a home run. But oftentimes you're going to strike out. So, and they make a ton of money for being right, like 3 out of 10 times at bat, 30% or 300. You know, that's a superstar batter, right? And so you have to be able to take what the pitcher gives you. You have to be able to take what the market gives you. And that's really the clue to being successful in the stocks. Saying, you know what, that's a beautiful pitch. I can knock it out of the park. You know, this thing is going to run. I can make my 30% or 35%, or sometimes we've seen 80%. But that's not every day. And sometimes trying to have that every day, it's like Babe Ruth, right? He hit more home runs than anybody pretty near, but he also struck out more than just about everybody. And when you're doing the stocks, that's a dangerous mentality to have. So I think our recommendation is when you get good at this, you'll see, wow, like this is really a hard running, either up or down stock. I can take advantage of it, but most of the time, taking 10% in under 10 minutes is like shooting fish in a barrel, if I can mix my sports metaphors. And that's what we really want you to do, because if you have that success and you're playing the game, then you're going to see those home run opportunities and take advantage of it. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate having you. This is the Day Trading Stock Options Daily Review for September 9th, 2016. Make sure you check out our courses below and head over to www.wavesofprofit.com if you want to try out the system. And we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.